Hey everyone. So, those times where everything in your being, your soul, your mind, your heart says that you are meant to serve somebody or help somebody or be somewhere for something or someone. Well, that was the case with what happened today. Um, and this is with who is now a dear friend of mine. The other day we had a conversation, and we've been connected here on Facebook for at least a couple of years, if not longer. And we'd never really actually connected in person over Zoom. So a few days ago, last week, we finally connected via Zoom, and there was an instant connection. And we just deeply care about each other, even after a short period of time. And what was fun about it was that she was giving a presentation, and we're talking about Fari here, and she was just had an amazing experience with Byron Katie. And if you don't know who Byron Katie is, or you haven't read Loving What Is, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And it is so amazing that she got to spend some actual personal time with Byron Katie, who if you're not familiar, she is responsible for the process called the work and going into inquiry and turning things around. Anyway, when we were having this conversation about her experiences with Byron Katie, she had scheduled a webinar. She had scheduled a Zoom webinar that she was going to give today. I did give today to go over her experiences with Byron Katie, to share her experiences with everybody else. And I thought, God, that's amazing. That's amazing. I definitely want to be a part of that. And as we continued the conversation, she was getting a little concerned. She's not very familiar with how Zoom operates, other than just the very basics, like getting on a call with somebody. And she has an assistant that usually helps with this. However, her assistant is overseas and not available during the time that she scheduled today's Zoom webinar. So I'm sitting here and I'm having this conversation. I'm listening to her. We're talking about all things under the sun, family, friends, our experiences in coaching, her experience with Byron Katie. And she's telling me about her concerns around Zoom, how she's not familiar with it and she's not really sure. Her assistant usually does this kind of thing for her. And when the call finished, I got off the call, and almost immediately I just sat there with this, and I was like, man, I am super tech savvy, very, very familiar with all the inner workings of Zoom, on meetings at least. Sat there, and within just a few minutes, I reached back out to her. I sent her a voice message, and I'm like, look, Fari, I said, everything in my being is telling me that I need to serve you in this capacity. Let me help you run your Zoom call. Let me manage the Zoom meeting. Let me manage the actual Zoom while you can do your thing and just interact with the audience. So long story short, we did that. And she was just super grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be there and hear what she had to say. And she did amazing. She did amazing. And in all honesty, I think she did even more amazing because she didn't have to worry about anything technological. She just got to show up. Her and her husband, Greg, got to be who they were, talk about their experience, and it was amazing. It was phenomenal. And I highly recommend that you reach out to Fari, and maybe she'll send you the recording, or at least have a conversation about the experiences with Byron Katie. And so it's one of those times where you just know everything. I've been talking recently about signs in the universe, and signs, the universe, and maybe it's always been there, and I just haven't opened up my awareness until recently, or opened up my eyes. And this was another one of those moments where the universe was just, the divine universe, whatever you want to say, was just speaking through me to her. This is what I want to do for you. I need to do this for you. I need to serve you in this capacity. Let me run this Zoom meeting for you. And again, it was great. I had a blast, and it was so much fun. And I was able to not only be fully engaged with the conversation, but I was also able to help it run smoothly for her so she could be even more engaged with everybody else there. So start paying attention. I talked about this in another video. There's signs, positive signs around us all the time. And when we choose to look at things as a gift or an opportunity to serve, more opportunities pop in. More opportunities for us, for each of us individually, when we're in service and when we're paying attention to the universe, the signs. So I really didn't want to have much for you today. I wanted to just share that with you, how it was such an honor, such a pleasure to be a part of that Zoom and serve in that fashion to my dear friend Fari. And I hope you guys check it out. I hope you guys reach out to her to get a copy of it, or at least have a conversation with her about her experiences with Byron Katie, another amazing coach out there. Anyway, make it a great rest of your day. And always remember, never forget to be schmaltzy. Take care, my friends. Awesome.